Good evening, YouTubers. Here's your Zipcode Farik. Matt Shiny here in the 92805 zip code at the ZCF Studios in Southern California on this Monday, August the 10th. And this show's zip code is still in the state of Maryland, 21641, Hillsboro, Maryland, Caroline County. Caroline County is on the eastern shore of Maryland's Chesapeake Bay, and Hillsboro, which is 21641 zip code, is about midway there. It's considered part of the middle of the eastern shore of Chesapeake Bay. And Caroline County has about 33,293 people, whereas Hillsboro has 128, although the estimate's gone up to 150 for this year. It's extremely rural, and it was settled early on too. 100% rural, actually. Most of the houses were built in the 30s and before, and the area used to be known for tobacco plantation and a shoe factory. Now it's mostly historical interest sites and outdoor recreations revolving around water, boating, fishing, all that kind of stuff. But there are still 150 or so people that call this place home. 94.5% white, 3.9% two or more races, and 1.6% black. It is actually closer to Dover, Delaware, which at 30 miles southwest of it, than it is to Baltimore, which is 64 miles to the northwest. So it's not too far from the state border with Delaware. And the median household income is $66,376. Home values at about $242K. It is on Tuckahoe Creek, which flows into the Choptank River. And again, not too far from the shore of Chesapeake Bay. It is the oldest town in Caroline County. So way back in 1694 is when the first building was erected. It was an Episcopal, kind of a temporary chapel building, and it's fitting because one of the historic buildings now is St. Paul's Episcopal Church, as well as Daffin House. The area was called Tuckahoe Bridge at first, and then eventually in the 1830s sometime it became known as Hillsboro, which is funny to me because it must have been named after a family, because the highest elevation around here is 47 feet above sea level. Average is about 39 or 40, so the joke's on whoever put this out. And there are some personages as well as buildings that are famous. One of them was a man by the name of Charles Wilson Peel, Revolutionary War officer, also an artist. His dates were 1741 to 1827. He lived here briefly, and his son Rembrandt Peel lived here as well. I believe he did military portraits and also battle scenes and such, as well as serving. Someone even more famous that you would all probably have heard of is Frederick Douglass, the very famous ex-slave, abolitionist, author, political activist. He knew Lincoln personally. He met him a few times, and they formed some sort of respectful bond. He was born in a plantation in the area. I guess it was called Cordova, but it was Hillsboro's the nearest town, and it's where he started life. And this man was very remarkable, and eventually seeing, before the end of his life, seeing black suffrage, and there are still struggles after that, but his dates were 1818 and 1895. But there are others following in his wake: Booker T. Washington, W.E. Du Bois, others, that could be named, and those are two I can just think of that probably either knew him or were contemporaries at least. But this man was born in the area, and that's we all start someplace, right? Anyway, this being a geographical channel, I'm going to talk about weather. Today, right now, it is 70 degrees and cloudy, low of 69. Tomorrow, high of 90, low of 71, partly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. Wednesday, high of 86, low of 69, cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. And Thursday, high of 89, low of 71, cloudy, and it's supposed to rain on Friday, and the temperature is supposed to drop to 64 for the low, which may be a harbinger of summer, starting to moving along, of course. So, 21641, Hillsboro, Maryland, Caroline County, Eastern Shore. If you like, hit like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will see you in the next video. Have a good one.